Hi, welcome, Swagatam, Vanakkam to this evening's live, and I'm really excited today because it's none other than Aditi Rao Hydari, one of my favorite actresses, and not just because she's gorgeous on screen and she's such an uber talented person, but also because she's an extreme professional and a genuinely nice person. I've always found her to reach out and speak to people on Twitter, randomly. It doesn't matter. She just responds. And I think she's a very large hearted person. She doesn't have the airs of a star. Very down to earth. And I've interacted with her many times over the years for interviews. And I've always found her to be sweet. And even it was very kind of her to say, yes, let's do the live today. So now I'm just waiting for Aditi to join. And in fact, she messaged me asking, are you ready to go live? And I thought, wow, what a professional. I see a lot of my friends are there. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Aditi, are you there? Yes. Hello. Let me just check. Where is Aditi? Sorry, I goofed up with something over here. Oi. Oi. I did something. Sorry. What did I do? I pressed the wrong button. Sorry. Aditi, I'm just waiting for you. Sorry, guys. Just give me 1 second. So anyway, like I was saying, it's really exciting for me, this session. And I'm sure there are so many people who love her, and I can already see the comments. And even when I announced the live on Twitter, there were so many people who said that they were excited to, to see this, live. So let me see, guys. Other people, please don't send requests kindly, because then it messes up what the things here. So please, I just want Aditi to join in. I don't want other people to kind of send in their requests, and then it just, where's Aditi? There you go. I'm just waiting for Aditi to join in. Yes, she is beautiful. She is gorgeous. And she's also a genuinely sweet person. Hey, Aditi.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you so much for joining in. Nice to see you outdoors. You know,
Yeah. Lucky.
beautiful. I know. So tell me, all your viewers are saying hi. They're sending you kisses. Tell me,
Hi.
how are you managing, during the lockdown? How has it been going for you?
Well, it's tough. It's tough for everybody.
Yeah.
I am lucky. I have people around me, a nice home. I have space. So I am one of the lucky ones. But in I feel like this is a kind of time which is difficult for everybody in their own way. But every time I feel a little sort of, I feel like I'm going down a rabbit hole, or if I feel like overwhelmed by just what is happening, I always tell myself that I'm actually really, really blessed and very lucky. And I'm very grateful for everything that I have, because there are a lot of people who have
Yeah.
very real and um, very frightening problems, and it's incomparable, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so and I feel like the only way I'm able to stay positive is to actually do something about it. So I try then to share whatever it is that I can share, whether it is monetarily or in terms of food or grain or whatever it is that I can do, because that immediately, that immediately becomes something positive and becomes something constructive that you can do.
Right.
Yeah. And I think
So,
sharing is one of the most amazing things that one can do generally.
Yeah,
Kindness and
absolutely.
sharing is, yeah.
Yeah, and I think during this time there are so many people in need because this was unexpected, this global crisis,
Yeah.
and it's affected so many poor in India, daily wage laborers, and
Yeah.
it's wonderful to see the common man as well as celebrities come out and do their bit.
Yeah, everybody is doing their bit, and the beautiful thing about sharing and sort of giving love and sort of being kind and sensitive towards people's needs is that you don't, like, every little drop counts. So it
Yeah.
doesn't matter whether it's one drop or 100 or 1,000 or like millions. It's every drop counts. And it really really I don't know. It's a really, when we keep saying we're in this together, we're in this together. I feel that that is the way in which we are here together. Where we are
Right.
there for each other as much as possible, and everybody is extending themselves as much as
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you also for doing your bit. And thanks to everyone who's doing their bit during this time for the people, for the poor. I also wanted to ask you about, two celebrities who unfortunately passed away. Irfan Khan, of course, with whom you've worked with, and Rishi Kapoor ji. Was it a sudden shock for you as well, like it was for the rest of us, when we heard about this?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because you're locked away in your homes, and anyway, there's so much that you're dealing with, and suddenly you hear back, like one day after the next, about two people who are so dear to everybody. And also, I think the what is sad is that you can't be there. You can't.
Yeah.
There's some you don't get. I mean, even though we are not part of their family, but in a way the film industry is one large extended family, and that's the thing about actors, that everybody feels that they are a part of their lives. So somewhere we don't get closure, because we don't see it. Like suddenly they're there and then they're not. And of course we knew that they were unwell and they fought very hard and they were very brave and all of that. But you always feel like with people who you admire and respect, you just feel that they're going to be there forever. But
Yeah.
I feel with people like Irfan sir and Rishi sir, they both, like, they're people who will live forever through their work and through the way that they inspire us. And
Right.
both of them have been, people who have constantly changed with the times. They've been game changers in many ways. They're both so versatile, and very very distinctive, individualistic people and actors,
Right.
and so inspiring for so many people across generations, which is
Absolutely.
really really amazing.
Is there any one particular thing you remember about Irfan, given that you worked with him versus, Rishi Kapoor ji, of
Actually,
course?
Irfan sir, I missed an opportunity to actually work with him because the film, one of my early films, one of my first films, Ye Sali Zindagi, I was
Huh.
not opposite him in the film, and in fact, didn't
Right.
have a single scene with him.
Oh,
But
okay.
I will always remember, when you are new, people who encourage you and people um, who are good to you, you always remember them very extra fondly. And I remember walking into Sudhir Mishra's office, and Irfan sir had just seen the film, and he sort of patted me on the back and he said, you're the, like, he basically said that I'm only watching you and you'll go very far. And
Wow. Okay.
it was very very overwhelming for me because I was new, and it was a multi-starrer, and there were four. I mean, there were two couples in the film, etc., etc. I wasn't even part of his story, and he said, "I'm only watching you, and you just like whatever you're like. My eye only goes to you." So it was really really sweet, and I've always remembered that. And then I did a look test with him for a film, and that didn't happen. So I
That
missed
was
that
for Abhinay
opportunity.
Deol's film, I guess.
Yeah, how do you know that?
It's out
Yeah.
in the news.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You were to play his wife, if I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What are some of Rishi Kapoorji's favorite films? I'm sure you have many, but off the top of your head, some of your favorite films of Rishiji's.
So the ones that I've seen, so of course more recently, I loved him in Kapoor and Sons.
Ah,
Oh my
yeah, yeah,
God, he was so amazing. And
yeah.
then Luck by Chance.
Hmm.
Um, I loved him in Luck by Chance. Like I'll never forget how he says, she's what? She's a crocodile in a chiffon in an accent, and it was just so good. And then D-Day. I mean, again, so versatile.
Right.
D-Day, and then some of the other films I've seen of his are like Chandni, and like
Yeah.
again timeless movies, Bobby, which I've seen,
Yeah.
of course. Like I saw them more recently, and what are the other films? Divana.
Right.
Yeah, those ones. And he was also very, very, like, very affectionate and very stern. Like, I remember him basically scolding me. One of my
When was
first,
this?
I think it was my first IFA,
Huh.
and I was serving myself some food, and he was also sitting there, and he called me, and he basically blasted me for about 5 minutes. He said, "You're so talented, you're wasting your time." Because whatever, like, I was new at that time and I was confused. I was doing certain films, and then he rattled. He said, "This one, I saw it. It was sweet, but basically boring." Then this one, he just went on. It was so funny. It was so funny. I didn't know whether to be afraid or whether to laugh. But he was very affectionate. And Ranbir always used to say that, he does that to people he's fond of because he doesn't want them to falter and what. So he was like, I didn't know him well, but he was always very, very affectionate.
Oh, that's really sweet. And it's sweet that they both thought you were extremely talented and going far. So they saw a lot
Actually, they
in
were just
you, right?
kind.
Ah, no. Of course, now talking about your films, your repertoire has been fantastic. I mean, you've worked with, new small directors, big directors, larger than life films, very character driven, realistic films. What is it that drives you towards a script?
Um, Actually, what drives me is first the director. So I am dying to work with certain directors, especially when I've seen their previous films, or I've really admired their work. And I feel like directors are the captain of a ship.
Right.
And good directors, good creators of cinema. Like, there are certain directors who really they make cinema. I don't know how to say it. I'm
Yeah,
sounding weird.
understand. The art
You know,
form more than just,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And those usually are timeless. Those pieces of work are timeless, and they live beyond our years. Like if we don't understand it today, we'll understand it like maybe 10 days from now, or sometimes it clicks immediately. For me, that doesn't matter. But somewhere, like, I feel like that person is going to make an amazing film, and then I read the script, and if I like the script and what my character as well, then I'm totally sold. um but it's different permutations and combinations. Sometimes you're also dying to work with an actor,
Right.
but ultimately certain permutations and combinations have to work. Like, the script has to be good, your character has to be good. And I find, like, I'm one of those, and I think there are many other contemporaries, like, in my generation, who have taken these chances, and you know have done, like, I've done 20-minute parts, and I have done parts where I'm there in a film for 2 hours. you know
Right.
but I feel like, for me, what is important is that the person should take me home with them, the person who's watching. And that can happen in 20 minutes, and that can happen in 2 hours. Like, to me, that has not mattered. It's more, what is the content over there, and what is the journey of making that film. Like, I love to learn, I love challenges. It's not, and it's very instinctive. I've made
Okay.
certain very stupid decisions. I mean, I don't think they're stupid, but people think they're stupid. Where I've taken on a film where people say, "Oh, but there's no star in this film," and I'm like, "No, but I want to do it because I really like the director and I really like the script, and it's turned out to be a good decision." And there've been times where it's been a huge project, and I've been like, "How will I survive 60 days with these people? I don't know. Like, it'll be really difficult," and I've been okay with that decision. Even though it's been a huge film. So I feel like it's a for those 40 days, 45 days, you have to, like, learn from each other, understand each other, help each other grow. It's almost like being family, for a while.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I feel like it's so much about nurturing this whole process. So, like, for me, that's very, very important. So, to cut a long
The
story short, it's instinct combined with these
Okay.
things.
Okay. And I have to ask you about Mani Ratnam because you're doing, you've done two films, yeah, and I think you're doing Ponniyin Selvan again. You seem to
I'm
have a
not.
very
I keep trying to convince people that I'm not, but nobody is convinced with my answer. Just
everybody
recently, also
thinks
they
you're
said I'm
still
practicing.
part of it.
Yeah, I'm very happy. Please let everybody think I'm doing every film of it, and I want to do every film of this. But recently I put a video of me doing Kalari, and somebody wrote an article saying I'm practicing Kalari for Mani Sir's film. And I'm like, but I learned Kalari when I was 8.
Right.
So, but
Okay.
it's
But
okay. I love Mani Sir, so it's fine.
yeah, you seem to have a special relationship with him, right? I mean, as a director and as an actor, you kind of you've always spoken a lot about him and his
Yeah.
work, and yeah,
I think because I became an actor because of him, and somewhere when you have this dream growing up, and when that dream comes true, like I don't know, sometimes he also laughs at me sometimes, and so do a lot of my friends because I just go I really like. For me, Manisa is like more than just a director. Like I've learned so much from him. He's changed my life in so many ways. He's like a parent to me, and he's also very inspiring to me. So like, um, I don't know how to explain, but it's like when you when you grow up with a dream, and when that dream comes true, it like that whole experience makes you believe in the purity of your belief in of your dream of your yeah, like so it's like almost like life affirming in many ways. So that's what that experience has been to me and will always be, because it was also so amazing. And I feel generally Madras Talkies to me is such a comfort space. It's very challenging. Like working with Manisa is very challenging, and he really pushes, and it's tough. And you said like how am I on time, etc., etc., and it's because of
yeah.
somebody like Manisa, and he's been such a huge influence on me. And my teacher Leela Sampson. So from the time I was little, I had to always be in class before my teacher, which is why I was sitting like with my phone before you were on live.
Yeah.
So that's
You-
yeah.
So it's really great to see you do so many South films like in different languages. And what is it that drives you? Like you've not confined yourself to just Hindi cinema, saying, okay, I'm comfortable here, but you've kind of said, I want to do all kinds of cinema. So what is it like? Now you have a Malayalam film also lined up, right?
Yeah, yeah,
With Jai Surya. Then you've
yes,
got The Girl on the Train again in Hindi, which is a remake of the Emily Blunt film, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So how do you manage working across the industries, considering they're all in different languages? Are you very comfortable everywhere that you go? You just, it's easy for you?
So okay, so this also has to do with personality. So I am that kind of person where um I maybe end up working with the kind of people where I know I will be happy and comfortable. Like I said, the journey for me is very important. And
Right.
I tend to be a very positive, happy kind of human generally. So usually up till now, like I would say 99% of my experiences have been touched with really, 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 really incredible. And I've had a lot of fun. I've had a lot of love and like care, and also a challenge, because without a challenge it's really no fun. The language is not easy, but
Okay.
somewhere I think when I entered the films, I my drive was to work with amazing filmmakers, and amazing filmmakers don't come in a particular language. They don't even come in a particular country.
Right. Yeah.
So if I'm lucky, I'll be happy to work with even a Spanish filmmaker. Um, so for me, it's not the language. Like I feel cinema is so much about feelings, and feelings don't have language. So basically, I have to make the person in front of me feel what it is that I'm going through as a character in that story. So I feel that language should not be a barrier for me. I go mental. Like I go mental. I have like palpitations before a large scene, before a large dialogue, because again, that's training from Manisa. where I did not have any concession on even one single word of mispronouncing a single word. So I've got that thing in me that I have to know my lines backwards. So it drives me insane, and sometimes it drives me to tears, where everybody, of course, bursts out laughing. I'm the only one who's in tears. But I'm just really, really determined. I think I am like that as a person. If I really, either 0 or 100%. That in between doesn't exist for me. I'm a good
Okay.
Scorpio. So it's like, so for me, that is what it is. And, those experiences that I've had and I hope to continue to have uh, are just so varied that I feel really, really blessed. And, like, again, it's not because I prefer one language over the other, or like sometimes a lot of people say, "Oh, she's not doing any work here, so she's working here." Oh, it has nothing to do with any of that. To me, and I say this very openly and very honestly, wherever somebody gives me a good script and a good director, I will push myself and go and work there. So
Right.
that's what drives me. And actors, I like it's I like it's, or like I said, it's not just the director and the script, it's also the actor. Sometimes you're just dying to work with an actor, and you'll sort of push yourself and you'll do it, you'll make the dates, you'll somehow manage. So it's those things. And like I said, 99% of the time it's been really very
Hello.
fulfilling. Tough,
Okay.
but yeah.
Yeah. So, tell me a little bit about The Girl on the Train, because it's a remake of the Emily Blunt film. Are you looking
Yeah.
forward to it?
Yes, of course. I had a really, really, I'm trying to find a charger because my charge
Phone
seems to
is.
be low.
Yeah.
So I had a really, really incredible time making that film. We shot in London. It was a start to finish schedule.
Okay.
Again, I had seen the director's previous film. It was called Teen. I had
Huh.
really liked Teen. It had Mr. Bachchan and Vidya Balan
Yes.
and Nawazuddin Siddiqui in it. And I really liked it. I thought it was really like, it was a very engaging film, and like you could tell it was a director, with a story to tell. So I was game to do this. And also, again, like, it's an ensemble. um it's uh, it's driven by girls.
Yeah.
It's not a typical kind of story. There's, how that story is. But I was just like, I want to be fearless, as an actor. I don't want to be worried about image, and because those are all huge traps. And I feel like
Right.
the world is changing, and people are like, audiences are changing, and people want
Yeah.
good stories, and people, like, I feel like there's a certain, sometimes it can be quite claustrophobic to be stuck in a particular kind of image and a particular, like, I will only work in a film where there are 5 songs, and I'm there in at least 80, like, they're actually like, at the beginning, these questions are asked, like, how many scenes am I there in? But I feel like ultimately, like I was telling you right at the beginning, it
Yeah.
shouldn't matter,
Yeah.
So in an
Yeah.
ensemble, and in any film, every single person has to work for the film to work. So in an
Right.
ensemble also, it's the same. And I feel like, none of us had any kind of insecurity. We worked really happily together, and we were all girls, and people love to create problems between girls, but we all got along so well, and we were fine.
Right.
So it was fun. It was so much fun. And we were shooting in the
Okay.
summer in London.
Oh, that's amazing time to be there.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
I'm dreaming of those days.
Going there. Okay. And I also see some videos of you doing. Hello, are you there, Aditi?
Yeah,
Hi.
yeah.
Yeah. And I also saw some exercise videos and stuff. How are you keeping yourself fit? And, during this time, are you doing, are you dancing? Are you into yoga, kalari? What are you doing to keep yourself fit right now?
I'm doing like all of the above. So I'm one of those people who doesn't
Okay.
really have a routine. And I wake up in the
Huh.
morning, and one day I want to do yoga, and I wake up in the morning, and one day there's some very light dumbbells hanging around. So I pretend to do
Huh.
some like very light weights. But I use
Huh.
logs and various things that I find over here. One day I wake up in the morning and I say, today I'm going to dance.
Okay.
Yeah, so it really depends. And I guess I'm, yeah, lucky I have access to it
To
all.
all that, yeah. What are the
And then I
first
do
thing you
kalari.
look?
The other day I was like, I need to practice my
Okay.
kalari kick. So yeah.
What is the first thing you're looking forward to once this lockdown is over and things are slowly easing back to normal?
I am okay. The first thing, like, and it's very difficult to pick, but I think
Uh-huh.
it's a clear priority. The first thing is people, like the people
Okay.
I love, who I have not been
Right.
able to see, who I'm not being able to hug, who I'm not even able to spend time with. I think for me, like, I'm such a like everyone calls me a cuddle Nazi because I'm just such
Okay.
a hugger. So I'm like really missing that, and that's the first thing I want to do.
Okay.
Um, and then like including my mom, she's not here in Hyderabad, she's in Delhi, so she got locked down there.
Okay.
So like, so all of this. And the second most important thing at the moment to me is to get back to shoot, and I am missing my work so much, and I'm one of those
Okay.
lucky few who can say that work doesn't feel like work. So
Right.
I am just dying. I'm craving,
To
you
get
know,
back to work.
set,
Yeah.
all that
Okay.
madness, all the fun, all the, yeah.
Okay, super. Fine, Aditi, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank
It was
you.
wonderful talking to
Thank
you.
you. It was so nice talking to you.
Yes, and everybody's saying you're gorgeous and you look gorgeous, and
Thank
how
you,
do you
guys.
keep
Everybody is
yourself?
really sweet. And thank you all for joining in. I have to thank all these amazing people for joining in on this chat. I've
Yeah.
been sometimes looking at your messages while I've been chatting. Thanks, guys.
Thank you
Thanks a
so
lot. Y'all
much.
are so sweet. Thank you, Lata. See you
Take
soon.
care, take care, take
Bye.
care, darling. Bye,
Bye.
bye, bye,
Bye.
bye.